he's like a real Iron Man. Like he went past me like, soon, see him, Mike? He was done like 5 hours before me. And I'm swimming through like jellyfish and getting bit. And people are like, it's a true story, like in Chesapeake. And then you get on a bike and I get to mile 64 and I'm like convulsing, I'm gonna vomit. And those of you who know me, I don't do vomit. Like if you start gagging, I start gagging. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. So don't do that to me. Like I had 1,000 reasons to quit. I was going 18 miles an hour. I got sick. I went 16, 15. Everybody's passing me. 13, 12 miles an hour. I'm just like barely pedaling. I get in the portion of the run and I just walk the whole thing. I walked the whole thing. I walked a marathon. It was like 7.5 hours. It was dark. It was like they had to pay people to stay there to go, yay, you're an Ironman. Everything in my mind and my body was holding a court session prosecuting my stupidity. You need to stop. It was ugly. When I got done, I can't get too graphic, but you can imagine when I got done, I didn't smell good. Got in the car, my wife's like, oh my gosh, you smell horrible. And this is my concern, that I think we just want to look good. We want to look pretty. We're more concerned about looking good when we finish than finishing. So you figure, well, I can't look good in this finish, so I'm gonna quit. I don't want nobody to look at how bad it is and how I'm struggling. All you have to do is wake up every morning and take a step. You say, but my step is ugly. Take a step. You say, but my step's full of doubt. Take a step. You say, my step is full of like all kind of stuff. Take a step. Because at the crux right there, that's real faith. And we know this is where Jesus was at, because in the garden, the Bible doesn't paint some romantic story. To be conformed to Christ, to be in garden sometimes like him. And he went and he took his 3 friends and he said, stay here and keep watch with me. And then he went over and he told them, my soul is overwhelmed to the point of death. You ever felt like that? That wasn't all bright. Then it went over and the text says he fell on his knees. Didn't say he got down really politely. Like, he fell and great drops of blood. This is Jesus's endurance. To be conformed to Christ means an ugly endurance. You just take a step, brothers and sisters. Stop being so hard on yourself about how you're not so heroic and you're struggling. We all struggling. Some of us just wear better Christian makeup. We all jacked up. But lastly, this area of differentiation. And what I mean by that is, remember when Jesus was brought a coin and they said, should we pay taxes? And he says, bring me the coin. And he says, whose image is on this? And he says, render to Caesar what's Caesar's and to God what is God. It's what he did with the woman who they caught in adultery and they brought her out. And he said, he who was without sin cast the first stone. And then they all walked away and he said, woman, who's there to condemn you? Nobody. He said, neither do I condemn you, but go and sin no more. To be differentiated, brothers, is to be like Jesus. You guys know that Jesus went into the house of God and he worshiped, but you also know that he wept, and you also know the Gospel of John says that he made a whip. You know Jesus made a whip? You know that, right? The Bible says he made a whip. So here's Jesus making a whip, whipping people and turning tables, and then seeing the multitudes and being crushed. That's differentiated. That's someone who can be compassionate and angry without sin. It's be angry and sin not. It's the exact opposite of the cultural nuances today where they're